guys, welcome to my channel. This is our DIY for today. If you're watching from a different platform and you'd like to show me some support, you may have to do so by following the on-screen directions. Please click the three dots on the top right corner and then select Open in YouTube. And from there you can select to give me a thumbs up, or you can subscribe, or you can leave me a comment. I love to hear from you guys. If it's your first time here, welcome, and thanks to my subscribers for keep coming back to show your support. These are the items I'll be using, and the full list will be in the description box below. So for this project, I'll be using one poster board, and then I'll just apply 2 layers of Mod Podge, 2 light layers, and I'll try to keep it as straight as possible, just like when you're painting. The Mod Podge is going to give the poster board a little bit of texture, and it's going to be a little thicker than it is right now. And then I'm going to give it a light layer of spray paint. Next, I'm going to use 2 different brown acrylic paint, and I'm using a paper towel to dab it all over it. I'm trying to achieve an antique gold metallic look. The brown was too much, so I brought it back outside and I gave it another light layer of the gold spray paint just to tone down the brown a little bit. So I have this button that I'm going to use in the center, and I picked up this piece of foam from the Dollar Tree also. I did not use all of the foam, but if you would like to remake this and you want your lamp to look fuller, which means it's going to be less light coming through, then you can go ahead and use all of the foam. This poster board from the Dollar Tree is 22 by 28 inches. So right here you can see me cutting the side that is 28 inches. And I'll be getting 14 pieces from that side, so I'm making my marks 2 inches apart. And on the smaller side, I'll be making my marks 3 inches apart, so I'll have an extra inch that we won't need to use. So you want to flip your paper and do the same thing on the other 2 sides. Then you just use any straight edge that you have and line them up and join the lines so you can start to cut your pieces. So next I spray painted my button and my foam, and I'm just putting some scratches on it to give it an older look, because that's what I'm going for. And I'll be using these toothpicks and these bamboo skewers to attach the leaves after I fold them. So as you can see how the poster board now looks, it's a little bit rigid. It's hard to mess up. All you have to do to make the leaf is fold it in half. Start cutting from one edge. You're cutting like a semicircle, and you're going to go as far as you can to the center of the paper, and then you're going to end about 2/3 at the other end. So I'll be attaching my first layers to the foam directly. So I just use my hot glue on half of the leaf, on the center only where I put my fold. And I'm placing it about in the middle, and I'm leaving a small spot for my button, because I'm going to use my button to cover up all the edges. So for each leaf, I place it halfway over the other one, and I make sure that I'm covering the foam with that first layer. and I just had to cut a little piece off the last one for it to fit underneath. And then I use my hot glue to attach my button. So next thing I do is to stick the toothpicks going all around the foam. And I stick them in on a slight angle because that's how we're gonna get this chandelier to curve up. So I'm attaching the leaf this second row. I'm going between those that I put before. So I'm not placing any two leaves behind each other. And I'm just placing a little hot glue on the tip. And then I'm using the toothpicks as a brace. And then I'll also place hot glue along the toothpicks. So for my second row, I'll use the bamboo skewers, and I'm cutting 3-inch pieces, and I'm also sticking those in on an angle. And I'll be using my brown paint to paint the skewers because they'll be showing through the leaves when the light is on. And for these, I'll be attaching them directly to the skewer on the center. Just make sure that they're lining up and going in the position that you want them to curve in. And each time I complete a row, I add an inch or so. And remember, you want to keep them curving up, so you just stick them close to each other. And each time I complete a row, I just use some additional hot glue to reinforce it. And I'm using this 24 gauge aluminum wire, and I'll be using 4 pieces of them along with magnets. And I use some cheap magnets only because that's what I have, but it would have been so much easier. For my next one, I'll definitely get stronger magnets. And the magnet works so much easier than the shower curtain that I use for my other two chandeliers. It was effortless to use the magnet. It's just snap. The only thing is the magnets are cheap that I use, so the weight of the chandelier kept it down, but I put the magnet over the lip on the light, so that held it up. And I'm also painting the wire. As I said, my leaves are scanty. They're not as full as how the photo looks that I'm inspired by. But you can make it fuller, as full as you want it to be, if you prefer fashion over functionality. I had about 10 pieces left over, so if you're going to make it fuller, you're going to need about another quarter sheet of the poster board. And this is me testing it for you in case you're wondering, but it's paper, it's not metal. There you go. And here's the final result. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and it helps YouTube recognize me. Thank you very much for watching my channel, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more next week. Take care now.